Quick question, sorry.
Oh,
Hello, everyone. This is Gopi Vikrant, and me and my colleague Prakash today are going to walk you through a AI-powered SaaS solution that ZS has developed in the area of personalization. We would take you into what are some of the themes that are driving, as well as how the product is enabling businesses to drive revenue. Just as a bit of a background, I'm an associate partner at ZS, working in primarily in the AI and advanced analytics space. Prior to ZS, I worked in the industry and served as a vice president of big data and marketing analytics at Caesars Entertainment, as well as Melco. Both are integrated hospitality resort companies. Spent a significant time over a decade in this area on how personalization and customer level targeting is helping companies. And with that, I just wanted to share a perspective on what are some of the trends that are driving it. Um, E-commerce overall took almost 10 years to go from 5% to 15% as it steadily grew between 2009 to 2019. But if you see what is happening in the world in the past few months, brands are experiencing an unprecedented acceleration and how consumers are adopting digital. Pretty much a decade's worth of growth in digital adoption has happened over 5 to 6 months, over the last few months, and this is driving tremendous amount of changes in digital transformation, how consumers are interacting with brands, and how brands themselves are transforming today to meet the consumers where they are and how they prefer to interact with them. And there are and the brands are doing this in a couple of different ways. A couple of things we see today in the industry are they're trying to substitute some of the in-store interactions with personalized virtual appointments, and we are seeing some of the higher-end brands do it. A more mainstream way of doing the same is around activating and nurturing the digital communities through personalized engagement. This is going through many channels, but usually through the preferred channel of the consumer is where many of these interactions are happening. And another trend that we see is how experiential content and sort of more transactional content is being shared through digital, and that is also driving a better experience. And and if we think about how um, personalization has evolved over a period of time, if we look back the last decade or a decade plus, and how the industry has evolved, originally there used to be more of web content and single message customization that was driving it, and that evolved to more segmentation and rules based. Now, consumers are expecting more and more relevant content, as well as more context to how the brands are interacting with them, and this is where predictive personalization is playing a big role. And definitely companies which are able to brands which are able to do this effectively are realizing the revenue gains, um, and this is because consumers are expecting this as a basic way of interacting, rather than a additional aspect as it would have been a few years back. Today, customers are expecting personalized one-on-one for you mode of engagement as a basic requirement. And some of the research we have looked at shows us that more than 74% of online shoppers get really frustrated when the content is not relevant to their interests. And many of you in this audience probably feel the same way. So this is not a big surprise. And we also have seen that more than 77% of customers recommend or spend more for brands that are able to take this leap and provide a personalized experience. And the brands which are able to do this, almost 90% of them are reporting improved results from personalization. So the key takeaway here is that this is what consumers are expecting, and sooner or later, most of the brands will have to do, and this is a must essential must-have to be able to thrive in the market and also get the customer engagement necessary. With that, I'd like to hand this over to my colleague Prakash, who would walk through some of the details on what is required to be able to do personalization in today's data and marketing technology landscape. And we will also walk you through a bit more around the product and the demo itself of the solution. Prakash?
Sure. Sure. Thank you, Gopi. Hi, everyone. I am Prakash. I'm an associate principal at ZS, and I look after the data science practice. I have a 12-year of experience across different industry, focusing in personalization as one of the core theme. So, as Gopi mentioned, the value the personalization can actually bring. To unlock this value, there are a lot of different data sources which need to be brought together, and they are very heterogeneous in nature. From point of sales, transaction level data to digital activity, that how customer are interacting with different sources or different channels, the loyalty program related information, the location related outcome, the all the current campaign or offer which has been going through. So P.ai actually brings these different sources of data together and generate a one-to-one personalization for product and offer by through four different core innovation or four different competencies. Kovi, can we go to next slide? Uh, so the first one is the automated feature engineering. So one of the things when it comes to the digital marketing or personalization is there's so many things which is happening around, and the distribution doesn't stay stable. In general, people go through a lot of hypothesis driven feature creation and then integrate those feature to understand what's the outcome is, and then drive a lot of their actions. The P.ai bring an automated feature engineering module which utilize state of art evolutionary algorithms to identify the optimal feature using a temporal data or the transactional data. The second core component is micro segmentation, and linking those micro segmentation information with the personalization. From a business perspective, there is already a lot of business segmentation which exists, but how can we drive the insight at a micro, even lower granularity, to link it with the opportunity or the personalization part of things. The third core component is the personalization itself, how we link the product and offer together. And the scenario could be a customer, as a customer, I may be interested in a particular product, but given an offer, I may more likely to buy another product from the ranking mechanism. So the offer played a very critical role when we think from a personalization, and P.ai optimize the product and offer combination together to make the likelihood to buy from a customer. And the fourth core component for the P.ai is continuous A/B testing framework. So we should be able to test out different content, different offers. Start with a small set of batch and then expand it to the full population. So the P.ai provide you the capability to set up a test control, and based on the outcome we observe, then scale it to the full population. And it does solve for the last mile integration by connecting with the different marketing platform. With that, I will hand it over to Gopi to take us through the demo for P.ai.
Thanks, Prakash. Guys, we will walk you through a solution which brings all these four components together today. And post that, we're open for different questions. Prakash is an authority on the subject. He has pretty much written a book on the data and algorithms which are driving some of these innovations. So in terms of personalized.ai, or as we call it as a P.ai, the way the solution is structured is it brings together all the key stakeholders in the organization who are responsible to drive the personalization decisions and also drive the business objectives through that effort. This typically involves the executives. This could be the marketing and the loyalty and the brand department and the business folks that are involved in here, as well as the analytics and the data science community within the organization, and the operationalization, which could be marketing operations or IT operations, who are responsible to for the last mile delivery on how some of these recommendations that are coming from AI are being delivered to the consumers. So as Prakash mentioned earlier, the four key innovations. The first one is around how do you take a business objective and for the business users to be able to input a business objective and get all the features or variables which are affecting that business objective in an automated manner. So the way P.ai, Personalized.ai addresses this is there is a very intuitive and easy to use um, interface where the business users are able to put in the objective that they're going behind. This could be something around a year-on-year revenue or a quarter-on-quarter revenue metric. And if there are any additional constraints that are there with respect to what is a business segment, what are the product categories, and what are some other constraints that are available. So this is also something the system is able to take as an input. And further to this, there could be some secondary constraints like the marketing can only spend X amount of dollars or spend on this, and these are also constraints that the business users can put in. And these objectives are not mutually exclusive, so there could be multiple overlapping objectives. The AI is able to decipher what is best from a end customer standpoint of view and prioritize objectives and recommendations accordingly. Once these objectives are put in, this is where the AI kicks in, and it looks at all the different data that is there, the most real-time data that is available, and comes up with all the features. And when I say feature, it could be a combination of multiple variables which are affecting the customers at a segment level or at a granular level. So these features usually take up a large amount of time in most data science engagements, and being able to do this on a pretty much on a real-time basis, an automated basis, enables us to get the efficiency that is required to do personalization for millions of customers. And once these features are generated, that is when the second key part, which Prakash mentioned, kicks in. This is around a dynamic micro segmentation. It almost goes down to nano cohorts of customers, could be all the way to the one customer level, or a few 4, 5, or 10 customers, all dependent upon how much differentiation are we able to find in the data and see which patterns define customer behavior uniquely. And Personalized.ai also models elasticity of a customer. This allows the AI to figure out which are the customers who are better targets and which represent incremental opportunity against a business objective that we are looking at. And these customer segments can be explored at a click of a button, and it allows you to see what are the how these cohorts are distributed, how many customers are falling in each one of them, how have they been responding to past campaigns, and which customers within a given cohort have the highest likelihood and higher elasticity, which would maximize the marketing investment that is being put in. And you can even go down all the way down to a single customer level and see what is the kind of behavior that is informing that is present with these customers. And based on all this information, the personalization engine, which is a product offer combination engine, is able to come out with extremely relevant one-on-one recommendations. So this is done in a white box manner. What we mean by white box is that the models are not opaque. A data scientist is able to go in and see what are the features which are driving these recommendations. and also understand what is the kind of what are the kind of importance that each of these patterns are having against the recommendation that are there. And a data scientist is able to tweak and control how the AI is performing on the fly. And all this ties up into when a recommendation is present, the system automatically creates a test and control groups. And the way it works is that there are the AI generates certain templates, but if a user has a preference on what kind of additional constraints are required, they're putting that in. Based on that, the AI is able to generate clear test and control groups. And when these test and control groups are normalized against multiple parameters like age group, average order value, item value, and other factors. And all this, when the tests are done, the results are again available to the business user immediately at their fingertips. And this allows them to quickly understand what type of offers and recommendations are working. And this all of this is tied together to the end CRM systems that are present in the enterprise, and it goes into directly to customers where they're able to like or dislike a given recommendation, based on which the algorithms, the AI learns on pretty much on a daily basis and becomes more powerful, achieving the business results that you're looking at. I know that this was a fairly fast demo, but we are here to be able to provide um, any answers to the questions that you might have, and Prakash will walk through some of the impact that we are seeing on this.
Right. So based on the implementation on P.ai, we are observing that personalization can actually drive an impact of 15 plus revenue growth, and it's able to achieve it through multiple dimensions. So one is around increasing the average customer order itself. The other dimension its focus is it also helps you to increase the cross sell because you're able to recommend the right product integrated with the right offer. The third dimension is it's the right offer helps you to increase the likelihood of customer buying that product. So it actually help you to deliver the right item integrated with the right offer. And the fourth dimension, again, which is very valid in the current scenario, is adjustment to change in the customer behavior. And as Gopi mentioned that the penetration of digital has increased significantly. So the P.ai also helps to address that behavior by adjusting to the customer need by regenerating the right feature more autonomously rather than having any human intervention. So with that, we will open the presentation for any questions.
Yeah. Please let us know if there are any questions through the chat that is there, and we will answer that. We've also recently done a new survey with more than 125 executives at senior levels, and we have found that more than 70 to 80% of the executives are looking at personalization as a way to grow their business in the next 12 to 24 months. And we are happy to address any questions that you might have from the audience.